Also, do you think your job is tough? You don't know the half of it. A new book looks at the world's most dangerous jobs and actually tells you how to get them. Joining us this morning is Abigail Gehring, author of Dangerous Jobs, the World's Riskiest Ways to Make an Extra Buck. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, you say you did this because so many people are out of work right now. This gives people other ideas that they may not have thought of.
Exactly, and those people who do have jobs, so many of them are bored with what they're doing, that this was sort of my way of giving a little inspiration and, saying you can go out and get something exciting. Why be bored with your life?
Well, a lot of the jobs are actually jobs that you can find in New York, such as cab driver.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cab drivers make anywhere between $30,000 to $40,000 a year, depending on where they are and what kind of tips they're getting and that sort of thing. It is pretty dangerous, just with all the traffic, and also they're carrying around a lot of cash, which makes them a little bit vulnerable. It's pretty easy to get that cash from you if you're driving down a lonely alley. So.
Another dangerous one is, and something we cover on the news a lot, is window washers. Sometimes you see them stranded up there, something happens.
Yeah, there was a guy, two brothers actually, just a couple of years ago, who fell 47 flights when their landing kind of gave out. The incredible thing is one of them actually survived, and he's doing okay. So, it's dangerous, but...
Yeah, another one, bike messenger, which is not a big surprise.
Yeah, biking in the city is not exactly your safest way to go, but you could make a fairly decent living, and you get a lot of exercise, which is great, get some fresh air.
Also, some of the more exotic, like oil well firefighter, and what I like about your book is you tell people how to get these jobs. You send them to websites and let them know kind of what's required.
That's true. I do include several websites and dangerous jobs at the end of each job profile, and for oil well firefighter, there are various companies you can go to. You usually need some fire training before you can get into the oil well firefighting, but there are lots of places out there if you're looking for some real danger.
There we see. You can see right there. Also, mercenary.
Yeah, I describe it in Dangerous Jobs as sort of a rent-a-soldier, and it's a little bit more dangerous typically than a regular soldier because you may not get the same respect if somebody knows that you are a mercenary from your fellow soldiers. So, if you're out in the field, probably the soldier is going to go save the guy that was in basic training with them, not the mercenary that they just met.
Right, and then we have commercial fishermen.
Yeah, typically that is a job you would get in Alaska. That's where a lot of the great fishing is. For that, you usually get a percentage of what you catch. So it could be anywhere from 1.5 to 10% of what you catch. So it varies a lot on the season and your crew.
Okay. Now there are also some big surprises. Ballroom dancing is one on the list.
That's one of my favorites actually because my older sister used to be a competitive ballroom dancer, and you wouldn't necessarily think of it, but when you're out there racing around the ballroom floor with a bunch of other couples and everybody's trying to impress the judges, they're not really thinking about crashing into somebody. And with all the lifts and slippery floors, a lot of people end up getting injured.
Wow, okay. And then human crash test dummy. I never thought of that one.
This one's kind of fun because there's not a lot of competition, not too many people want to be a crash test dummy. And it actually was more popular a couple of decades ago, but the idea is that plastic crash test dummy only teaches you so much. You don't really know what happens to a person when they run into something. You're talking about plastic. So some people, mostly volunteers, but I think it's time to make a comeback. A few people should go out there and call it forward. Absolutely.
Well, Abigail, thank you so much. You have more than 200 occupations covered in this book, and like I said, a lot of information, so thank you.
Thank you.
The book is called Dangerous Jobs, the World's Riskiest Ways to Make a Buck, and for more information, head to our website, WCBSTV.com.